Welcome to the Jose Candelario Show. Right now, I'm with Peter Cyr, a young man running for mayor of Hamden. Everyone says you're too young.
Yep.
How do you handle that?
Well, I'm 30, so I look younger than I am. People say I look like I'm 25, so I'm not that young. But the other thing is I came to this race mainly because I felt like people weren't putting the solutions out that I felt Hamden needed. So I started this race, made my own budget in counter to the mayor's budget. I thought that was an important thing to do. I felt like I was one of the only candidates that actually did that, trying to put my ideas out there. So yes, I'm young, but I think I bring youth and energy to this race that the town needs. And I think all the other candidates that are running offer experience that has been tried and tested and really hasn't gotten us out of this situation.
All right, we're not going to talk too much about politics because this is not what it's about. I find it kind of boring.
Yeah,
what do you do for downtime? What do you do for your hobby? What's a hobby of yours?
So I used to be a diver for my whole young life.
Okay.
I got recruited to dive at UC Berkeley. That was like my whole youth was diving, focused on athletics. I don't really do that anymore. Hung that up a while ago. So now it's more like I like to enjoy nature. I hike a lot. I read a lot. I also recently picked up skateboarding, trying to get back in shape a little, move around a little bit more. So yeah, those are kind of the things.
Skateboarding?
Yeah.
What have you like just, are you just gliding right now?
Yeah, no, I'm not very good. I've learned how to ollie. I can do like a pop shove it. Still working on the kickflip, but you know, it's been fun for me because I like to build and work on things, and like little tricks I think are cool. It's just the progression you see. So I started, you know, from scratch, fell a lot, busted myself a lot, but getting better, and it's fun now, you know, less
to be
harmful.
30 years old and have some good ligaments.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel a lot older than my diving days, I will say, you know. Yeah. So it's definitely, you need to stretch and prepare yourself a little bit more as you get older, but you know, it's fun learning from scratch again, you know.
With that said, you like to read.
Yeah.
What books are you into, or what have you read lately?
Yeah, so the one I'm in the middle of almost finishing, Robert Reich, he's a professor at UC Berkeley, former Secretary of Labor, one of the leading researchers on wealth inequality in this country. That book is awesome. It's all about, he worked for the Clinton administration, and it's all about how he feels he failed in promoting inequality and his policies to make a more robust middle class. It's really a good book, and it's #1 bestseller on New York Times right now.
There is no middle class.
Yeah, that's kind of his point. It's eroded. You know, wages haven't kept up with worker productivity since 1950 almost. You know, and it's really hard to just have a normal job now and pay for your house and be secure.
And by normal job, what do you mean by that?
Like my dad, was a teacher at Kennedy High School in Waterbury for 30 years, right? It's becoming increasingly difficult to raise. I have 3 other siblings. There's 4 of us, right? It's really hard to raise 4 kids on a teacher's salary now, right? You know, and that shouldn't be the case, right? Teachers should be the pillars and bedrocks of our community. And if they're struggling, how do you expect them to show up and teach well in those, right? Like, so I feel that, especially in Hamden and New Haven, I feel like this is the middle class community of our state, and it's getting increasingly harder to live here.
You think? Yeah. Between wages not keeping up, teachers, I mean, that's a great example. Teachers in the New Haven, Hamden area are paid substantially less if you go out to even Derby, and Bethany, Amity. Why is that disparity there, and how do we, you know, start tackling it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is due to regionalism, right? Like Fairfield locally spends more money on their schools than we can in New Haven and Hamden, and that's because we have 169 towns in Connecticut that all do different things, all with their own Board of Education. So I feel like our resources get wasted statewide because we don't have regional approaches. If you look at places like Amity is a really good example of a regional school working. It's a successful school. But you know, when we try to have that conversation at the state level, it falls apart because of local control. They want to keep their resources in their towns, right? And then places like Hamden, New Haven get left behind, really.
Yeah, well, you think. Going back to the disparity in pay, why is it difficult now? I mean, the average income I see that for a person needs to make ends meet is almost $250,000. Is that feasible in this area, in this market?
I mean, no. Like, I don't see that as being feasible here. I mean, the median income in Hamden is about, household income is about 120,000, right? So we're significantly off from there, right? So, you know, and Connecticut is a place that is higher cost than other states, right? So it's getting increasingly harder to live here, yes.
So what do you see you creating, or how can we create better jobs? Because we have lost all the big manufacturers. The ones that are left, Sikorsky, they're all shrinking. They used to be the pillars of our community. So what kind of, is retail the answer for Hamden? Opening more stores in the plazas, bringing in the Trader Joe's. Is that the answer in the long run, or are there more viable plans?
I think it starts with how we design our town. Our town is designed for 1970. It's not designed for 2020s, right? Like a plaza strip mall is not an ideal shopping center for today. We need to mix commercial and residential zoning. So that is working to undo the history of redlining too, which is why we have disparities in neighborhoods as well. And I think when people talk a lot about building our commercial base, right? But I think it starts with how we plan our communities. We need to have mixed-use developments. Millennials look for walkable places. They want to go to a coffee shop. They want to walk their dog, right? And that is just like not how Hamden is designed right now. It's designed to drive to a big Walmart and drive back home, right? We need to change that. And I think it's key to bringing our business in, right? So when I think about opportunity right now, there's about 400,000 units short in Connecticut of housing, right? That is the biggest opportunity for development.
If I see one more storage facility being built,
right?
Peter, I swear to God, I might take a match to it.
Yeah.
I think why not build better affordable housing for people and just build the opposite because of the lack of storage units?
Yeah, so I mean, it's about an investor seeing the same opportunity that I see in our town, right? It's a supply and demand problem, right? And so I see we do not have an adequate supply of housing. We have millennials that live with their parents, right? Setting up a better market in our town and also across our state can help both the two ends of the spectrum, the young people and the older people. Because I talked to a lot of seniors in Hamden too that, you know, they want to downsize, right? But that is becoming increasingly difficult too, right? Because when you sell your house, either you're paying for your kids' college, you have to pay off your debt for that, right? And then you go into this place where you want to downsize, and then housing costs are astronomical too, right? So I see it inherently as a supply and demand problem. We haven't built anything since 1970. 2% of our housing inventory is built after 2010. There's nothing new, right? So we need to work on that problem and be honest with it. And we can't oppose every new development that comes to town.
I call it the Six Flags theory, okay? Mm-hmm. So about 5 years ago, Six Flags said, you know what? We're tired of having our parks full, right? Mm-hmm. So what they did was, instead of having, 100, 200, because we used to go to Six Flags up in Massachusetts, you couldn't walk.
Yeah.
There were so many people up there. Yeah. So what they did was they raised the prices. Mm-hmm. So they're catering to a higher upper echelons of clientele. So they'd rather have fewer people that pay more money so that they can keep their numbers and figures really good. Because now if you go to the park, and you can only afford to go to the park at $100 a pop, right, for each individual. Now you're also in a class where you can spend more at the park versus cheaper tickets where people are not spending any money. Mm-hmm. Same thing we have with luxury apartments now, right? So you got all these guys building, but what are they building? Luxury apartments that nobody can afford because they're going after a high-end clientele. Same things with these shopping things. So you're talking about building this mixed use, right? Mm-hmm. But what do they go after? They go after high-end retail. Mm-hmm. They're not going to bring in mom and pops. They're going to bring in so do you see this idea of being sustainable without catering to the now, 10, 20% of society.
No, I hear that argument, and I definitely understand what you're talking about. I think the gold standard for development is 80-20, where you have 80% market rate, 20% affordable, and those are the developments I'd look to usher into our town. That gets a little complicated with if you're under the 830G requirements. If you're under 10% affordable housing, developers can kind of do what they want with your town and bring in any kind of development they want. So we are a little bit under that in Hamden. We're at like 9.7 or something affordable. So we are facing that problem right now where we don't have enough affordable units. But like I said, in places where this works and that have seen stable growth, 80-20 developments are the gold standard. So 80% market rate, 20% affordable.
But can we bring in, the question is, can we sustain a local economy that caters to the 80% of society that is not in the luxury department?
Yeah, I mean, well, right now it's completely unaffordable, right? Like
you're telling me. I mean, you got the upper middle class shopping at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
prices are so high they even left Target.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unaffordable. But can we continue this economy, or at least in Hamden, with that kind of mentality?
No, and especially cannot continue without any more development, because Hamden's financial problems are large and we can't cut our way out of the solution. So we have to grow, and we have to find a way to grow, right? And we need to encourage that too, because the tax burden is going to get worse, right, if we don't have that growth paired with smart, reasonable financial decision making.
So you're reading this book.
Yeah.
On economics.
Yeah.
And every time you read something, right, you're applying it to yourself.
Yeah.
What have you gotten from this book that you're applying to yourself?
That we need to tax billionaires?
No, yourself. Yourself.
Yeah. So
because you're middle class too. Yeah. I don't think you're a rich guy.
No, my dad was a teacher and my mom worked in special education. So,
okay. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think what I appreciate about Robert Reich is he's incredibly honest about his failures and his successes, right? And I think I'm an athlete, so I like to be critical of myself too and like to improve. So when he talks about stuff like he was fighting to not repeal Glass-Steagall, and that is one of the largest things that drove the 2008 economic crisis, right? He talks about that very honestly and openly, right? And as a failure, but I don't see him as a failure, right? Like, because he's inspiring people like me. So I take that as you never know who you're going to influence. You never know where your story will end up. You just have to keep going and stay on the same path and be confident in yourself too.
Okay, all right. So that's good.
Yeah.
But economically, we want to tax the rich.
Yes, I mean, especially in Connecticut. Like, we live in a place where Hamden's mill rate's crazy. Greenwich's mill rate is 11, right? A lot of that is due to regionalism. And as a mayor, you can't. That's a state issue, right? It's largely a state issue. It's largely a federal issue of a progressive wealth tax, right? But as a mayor, you're dealing with that firsthand, and you see firsthand the consequences of that, because we see people in our community leaving. We see the anger in Hamden is really high right now, and so that's what I see as mayor. I see the problems. They need to be solved on the state and federal level, but we have to deal with them on the local level. We deal with them every day on the local level. So
you like reading books on economics?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so he's a hero of mine. He's a professor, but I also like poetry books. Another one that's Night Sky with Exit Wounds is Ocean Vuong. He's grew up in Hartford, immigrant to Vietnamese parents, and then went to Berkeley, won the Pulitzer Prize. Really awesome book.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So you pull from a lot of inspiration.
I do. Yeah, eclectic taste. I do. Yeah.
I didn't take you for a poet guy.
Yeah. My girlfriend is actually she was a film major at Berkeley, so I watch a lot of movies too. Like any movie, she's all into Criterion. I watch all these Criterion movies all the time, just because she's always got something on. Yeah.
Criterion. So what have been some of your good movies that you liked recently?
So I haven't been able to. Before I was running, we go all the time. I go to the movies because I like to be out. And
the past year or so.
Yeah.
What was your?
So the most recent one I saw is Weapons.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Yeah, pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the twists and turns in that one was good. It reminded me of Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
You know, where it was suspenseful throughout, and you're trying to figure out the ideology, and then it hits you with what it is at the end.
Yeah, and how all the stories kind of meet, and you know, I like when they do that. They segment out and kind of have it all come into one at the end.
Very Fairly Brother,
Yeah.
like ish, right? Or it's like they give you all the parts of the individual stories, and then you're right, and it's pretty well stitched at the end.
Yeah. And I like horror movies too. You know, I don't find them like scary but I like how I find them more funny, right? Like I like to laugh, like how they try to scare you and how they try to make things pop out and stuff. Yeah.
So the jump scares don't get you.
Yeah, not really. No, yeah.
So you're into what's this horror? The horror, you know, like Annabelle and you know that kind of horror, or are you into like Aliens?
Yeah, I like Aliens. Like the Saws are pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I like the really you know, produced and Oscar-worthy movies too. But I also like the cheap thrillers too. Like every once in a while, like a good action movie is awesome.
Little gore, little action.
Yeah.
So Weapon's good, but that's pretty recent. What else in the past year?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, I know, because you say you watch so many movies. I'm a movie guy.
Well, what
so.
did I just watched like Signs again. I
Signs,
love Signs, the Mel Gibson Signs.
Yep.
Like you talk about jump scares when the alien comes out of the birthday party. That's like a formative moment for me as a kid. But Robert Reich actually just put out a documentary about The Last Class, and it's his class at Berkeley about wealth inequality. You should watch it. It's like 45 minutes, really great.
Okay,
He kind of talks about the gap.
Hey, you're a Berkeley guy, aren't you?
I am. That's
I can't tell. I can't tell. I mean, you promote everything Berkeley.
Yeah, I do. It's a great place.
You got documentaries, you got books, you got authors. Okay, very good.
They put out a lot of good content.
And you even got your girlfriend out of Berkeley. Look
Yes,
at
I did. That's the best thing that I got.
I'm assuming the degree is good, but the girlfriend is better.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I like Signs. Signs is a good. I like Shyamalan.
Yeah,
Shyamalan is really good. I like his use of lighting, the use of shadows and stuff, and the fact that his movies aren't about the big bad.
Yeah.
Right. He hides the big bad and doesn't give it to you at all, and you gotta like you want it by the end, and you still don't get it. He doesn't give you the big bad at all. He gives you the people, the person, and how they deal with the situation, and they come out with a solution on their own. But so yeah, Shyamalan is a good movie.
You remind me, he made that movie about a year ago. It's about the guy, I forget what it's called. He's like he takes his daughter to a concert, and turns out like he's the shooter.
Yes.
That was good.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
that movie was great too. That was a good movie. Yeah, he goes out, he takes and he's the murderer. He's a serial killer.
Right.
I forgot the name of that movie too. That was really good.
I like that one.
So and again, the big bad is unassuming, and the guy doesn't. We don't want to give the movie away, but he keeps getting away throughout the whole movie. And it's like, how many times or how else can this man get away? And he's at a pop concert and like in the limelight, and it's a great movie too. So you're a Shyamalan fan, I'm assuming.
And then I got to see Highest to Lowest from Spike Lee. That's on my list.
Highest Lowest, I haven't seen that one yet. It's probably one of the fewest, one of the only movies I haven't seen recently.
Yeah.
But
it's hard to find because it's like only on Apple TV or a couple of select theaters.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of movie theaters around here anymore.
No.
Which is upsetting ever since the Criterion left.
Well, they're downtown New Haven. That's where you used to go see all the artsy fartsy stuff. Yeah, and trust me, I used to love the local theaters because they would do like a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they'll have a night and everyone's dressed up in their costume.
Yeah.
And you can go and sing along and have a good time. But since you don't have those local feels anymore, I guess they're trying to do it now when they're bringing back like 20th anniversaries of like Clerks or something like that.
Yeah, and Best Video, I grew up actually right next, my parents' house is the one right next to Best Video. They fill a great void in Hamden. They have local screenings too. They show a lot of really cool movies. They have like cult movie nights too. So shout out to Best Video.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
The last of the VHSs was Best Video. I remember buying my last DVD from please don't judge me. Yes, I bought a DVD from Best Video. But yeah, all those. So there's an idea, right? So if you're a streamer, right, and you're getting only 0.003 cent per stream, do you go back to making CDs and records and VHSs and 8-tracks?
Yeah, well, a lot of people do like the Patreon thing now, where you could have like upsell subscribers and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so I feel
yeah.
like that might fill that void a little. But you know, people, there's been a little bit of reclaiming the DVD thing because the people want to like watch it in the VHS and those
And own it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
own it, because the thing is too, like if you buy through a subscription, you stop paying your subscription. You don't own it.
Exactly.
I felt kind of gypped, and especially when it comes to music, I was like, if I cancel my Spotify, I have access to it, but then I got to listen to commercials. So I'm like, I think that I do want a CD, but there's no CD players. You look at a car now. Well, I mean, we buy older cars, so there's a CD player in our car. But if you're trying to buy anything modern, it's just a screen. That's you got to subscribe to something, and I'm trapped like that in my Bronco, which upsets me sometimes because it's like I want to pop in a CD and be like, it's mine, and I can listen to Wu-Tang all day, and not worry about a commercial popping up or having to reload the stream and all that. So you think Patreon and those platforms are the way to get compensated for your craft.
Yeah, or ads and things. Yeah,
ads. So you don't think we're going back to hard copies no more?
No. I mean, it's hard to. I find it hard to in this realm where everything's online. People just expect it for free at first. Like that's the thing. Because somebody's making money. Facebook's making money, but it's you know what I mean.
Everybody wants it for free.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Signs is a great movie. Anything else in that repertoire? I mean, we could talk movies all day.
Well, I brought up Spike Lee. My girlfriend's favorite movie is like Do the Right Thing. That's like, it's classic. I love that movie.
Well, I can watch it 100 times.
It's every New York corner, right? Like still the same, right?
Right, a guy from Hamden who likes Brooklyn movies about Brooklyn. Look at that.
Yeah.
Living next to Best Video, you saw a lot of things growing up there.
Yep. I pretty much lived in the political documentary section. I had all those things. So like, saw documentaries about like Paul Wellstone, the Minnesota senator, when I was really young, and that was inspiring for me. Like those types of things. You don't expect it. It is a whole world there, right, for you. And I kind of take it for granted because that's where I grew up. But I got exposed to a lot of things just because of being in proximity to that place and that culture, having that access to all that information right there.
It's something to be said, right? Because now you used to be able to go in. There used to be a whole section about the movies that topical, right?
Yeah.
Oh, politics, documentaries, and there's subgenres, documentaries about world issues, documentaries about you can have your selection. Now you go to Netflix, it takes you 3 hours to pick something to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you don't know that it exists, it's not presented to you in that format.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on that note. I'm a good picker. I go and I pick efficiently. My girlfriend like takes an hour. She looks at all the descriptions, likes to find the perfect movie. I'm like, just put something on,
Yeah, you nail it on the first try.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. You better
try
than me.
to. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to series or movies, for movies specifically, number one, if it starts off with a monologue or voiceover, I don't watch it.
Okay.
I think that's one of my number one criteria of a bad movie.
Yeah.
If this guy's got to explain myself through the first 5 minutes of the setup, this is going to be bad throughout.
Yeah.
It's never going to pick up. Do you have any notes like that when you're watching something? Like, know in the first 5 minutes, this is not going to work?
Not exactly. I would say that I don't watch a lot of TV, though. I'm more of the movie format.
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, if you're watching a movie, you pop it in, what in the first 5 minutes gives you a red flag?
Red flag?
This is not going to be good.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. I actually like to give movies a chance. So I like to watch them through. I like to watch bad movies, too. Like, I think bad movies are fun to watch. So I'm a person that enjoys people creating things, right? So whether it's bad or good, I think about the process, what they're trying to make you feel, right, and how they're trying to get you to that place. You know?
Oh man, I'm a bougie watcher there because I will not give you.
I'm pretty low bar. I'm easy to please. I will say. You know, I give the creators the benefit of the doubt.
My mom is like that. My mom always watches movies on YouTube, Tubi. She don't care. She's like watching anything. She's like, I'm watching a mystery, and that's she doesn't care. The quality of the shooting. I am a snob. I think me and your wife or your girlfriend have more in common because I'm about the cinematography, the writing, the setup, the character development. I'm all about the transitioning. I get pissed off when you move from one scene to another and the cup is in a different spot.
You got all, you're like, you should be a script supervisor. Is what you should be,
I'm always criticizing. I was like, oh man, the continuity guy needs to get fired.
Right, exactly.
The continuity guy was awful in this one. Picking out the curtain wasn't the same. It's like, I'm assuming your girlfriend is similar to that?
Yeah, she actually works in cinematography. She's going to be a cinematographer. So like, this is her field and, that's why she's into all this. But yeah, she's a little more critical. She focuses on the shots. She's more about, she likes like the painting aspect of it. Like if you have a still, like the movie can be a painting too, right? It's like a piece of art, right?
Oh,
like every shot is like a...
Oh, trust me, I'm a snob. Composition is everything.
I'm not,
I'm like the Fibonacci, perfect square. What are you, centrist? What are you doing here? I want to feel it, and I'll break it down like I'm looking at a Picasso. So as soon as I see the camera shake a little bit, okay, you know what? Shut it off. If for a TV series, for a TV series, I'll give you an episode. I'll give you the episode for a TV series because I understand that it's a pilot. So I might give you the pilot and 15 minutes of your next one. Because then now you put money into the production, writing and stuff. Because the pilot, people are rushing in and stuff. But you don't watch TV. You don't watch series.
Not really. No, I watch like local news. That's like what I wake up and I watch local news, and then
you don't find it depressing?
A little bit, but I like mostly like what I watch on TV is local news, and then like I like Shark Week and like nature documentaries. That's like cools me out. Like watching like wolves in the woods. I like that kind of stuff.
Nature documentaries are awesome. I'm all into like the Earth thing, where they take you around the Earth and they show you all the aspects of all the different animals. And with the cinematography being so good and showing you how penguins are loving each other and hanging out, and it's like, oh, okay, I can do that.
And we Shark Week was during the signature period, so it was like kind of an exhausting week for me. So every night I'd go home and I'd watch like mako sharks doing cool stuff and cool me out,
Oh, that's crazy! Watching sharks to relieve your stress.
Sharks, you got to find something.
Sharks taking down harbor seals. Come on now.
That or skateboarding,
Okay, all right, fine. Sharks and harbor seals and skateboarding. Okay. Great mix. Mix, by the way. Great mix. I like Shark Week. I don't like the way it's turned into over the years. It used to just be like shark documentaries, right? The Great White, and like actually explaining to you about sharks. But now it's like celebrities showing off on vacation.
It's like the super megalodon, So, but if you talk to like shark people about this, they're kind of okay with it because that brings in new people, and then people learn that sharks aren't actually that bad, and we're like killing them in massive numbers, and they're going extinct in those things. So
well, I get it. They're going extinct. But I don't think that we're ever going to lose it in our collective consciousness because the original Shark Week was Jaws.
Right. Scared me when I was a kid. So.
Right? It scared you out of the water. And then recently they got sharks hanging out all over the East Coast. And up at Cape Cod, they saw a couple of sharks in the water.
Yeah, they're up there for sure.
But the truth is that sharks don't.
They don't do anything.
Shark attacks are just so rare. I mean, you got to be out there.
And even when you see the guys on Shark Week, they're in with them, and they're not getting bit,
I know, right?
I would never do that, though. I see that, I'm like, I cannot believe this is what you chose to wake up and do this morning,
Would you jump in a Shark Tank if you were in Hawaii or anything like that?
No.
I tried.
You did?
It was choppy that morning.
Yeah, okay.
So we planned one day to go out there, and the day we went out there, they shut it down because the waves were too rough.
Yeah, okay.
But I was trying to swim with the sharks.
Oh, I couldn't do that. all respect to everybody that does, but that's their territory.
So you got limits.
know?
You got, come on, adrenaline junkie, you.
Yeah. Well, that was my past days. I used to jump off high things.
That's what I'm saying.
I got my fair share of thrills from that. So I'm a little more calm now. Don't need all that excitement.
So when you watch diving now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You're a diving snob at least.
If
it's too much splash.
I don't follow it as closely as I used to. I used to know everybody, like I know them personally.
Yeah,
and stuff.
trading cards.
So like now that I'm like older, I don't know the younger people as much that have come up. But I can watch it with a critical eye, and I know like in real detail like what I'm talking about still and all that kind of stuff. If I were to coach, I could coach somebody fine. Like I still have all that is in the back of my head.
So synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
I mean synchronized diving. I should say. I'm a big fan of it. What do you think of it?
It is complicated. It's more variables, but it's really fun. I was a synchronized diver. I was on a synchronized team and went to nationals for it. And you got to really trust the person you're with. It's about knowing that they're going to do their job and you're going to do yours, right? So that is a huge element because when you're in individual sport, right? It's all on you, right? But now that you have a teammate with you, it creates another factor, which I actually found made it a lot easier because if you can let yourself get away with things, but if you got to work for somebody else, you don't let yourself get away with as much, right? You don't let that excuses happen. So it was helpful, but synchronized diving is really cool. It's really hard. People don't understand how hard it is, right? They make things look really simple, but it's complicated.
Well, that's how people are all the time, right? We watch it. It's like. We watch it on the Olympics. I could do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they make it look really easy.
If you can do it, especially breakdancing. Especially breakdancing. I saw somebody breakdancing. I was like, wait a second, if she could do that.
Right.
But synchronized, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
I mean, I jump off a 6-foot board and I'm already, I don't want to get too high because I'm afraid of hitting the water wrong. Have you ever hit the water wrong?
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, I'm actually fortunate that I didn't have any major injuries, like literally none. No concussions, no broken bones or anything. I've actually came away unscathed. My body's like totally intact. I have friends that have gotten really hurt though, broken ribs, punctured lungs, things like that. When you hit the concrete or the water from 33 feet, which is the 10 meter, which is the highest one, it's like hitting concrete if you don't hit it right, So you have to get in right. You have to make sure that you're out of your dive at the right time and things like that. It's about focus. It's about
too much science for me.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes instinct, right? Like honestly, like a dive is like 3 seconds long. You don't even really know what you're doing, and then you come out of the water like, oh, it's over. Yeah, it's quick, but it's about muscle memory, discipline, and trusting yourself.
A lot of practice.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of practice. Diving's a lot of practice. It's very technical. It's a lot like golf, the mentality-wise, because it's like every shot you got to do well again, right? Every dive, the next one has to count too. Every dive counts, right? So people equate golf and diving mentality very similarly.
I wouldn't know either one.
Yeah, sure. I'm a bad golfer.
I'm not jumping off. I'm a horrible golfer. Forget about it. My swing is never identical to any two. Any two of my swings do not match at all. That's probably why I don't play as much.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Peter, got to know you very, very well. Sweet Jesus, did not know anything about this.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that you know more about movies than you know about budgeting, but hopefully they're on the same level. And you can apply all that you know about diving into, into what you do every day because it is needed. It is needed. And I know that your love for nature and, Hamden has a lot of green spaces and stuff and a lot of green spaces that we need to clear up and clean up and make usable for people, which helps, So I can see why you're out there trying to do your best for these people. So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, my friend. That was great time. All right, everybody, you already know, like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Peter Cyr, candidate for Mayor of Hamden. Good luck, my friend, on the campaign trail. Hope you get to watch some more documentaries in the meantime.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.